ES Audio.
What's up? I'm John Weeks, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, FTX crypto founder charged after Bahamas arrest. But first, scientists are expected to announce one of history's most significant nuclear power breakthroughs after reportedly achieving a net energy gain from a nuclear fusion reaction. It means the process creates more power than is put in, a concept described as nuclear researchers' holy grail since the 1950s. The reported results from the National Ignition Facility in California bring the world a step closer to being able to produce endless clean power, like the sun, but without creating long-lasting nuclear waste. They fired pellets containing hydrogen fuel into lasers, a process fusing two or more atoms into a single bigger one, with the resulting energy spinning steam-powered turbines. Now the race is on to find a reliable way of harnessing nuclear fusion energy to power national electricity grids. Reports suggest the US Department of Energy is expected to announce the breakthrough today. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of bankrupt crypto firm FTX, has been charged with defrauding investors. He was arrested by police in the Bahamas after authorities were informed criminal charges had been brought against him in the US and is now being charged by the Securities and Exchange Commission. Last month, FTX, the world's second biggest cryptocurrency exchange, filed for bankruptcy in the US, and Bankman-Fried resigned as chief exec. The firm's collapse led to public demands for stronger regulation for the crypto industry as a whole. Now, radiologists for the NHS in Scotland are testing the use of AI to speed up the process of detecting breast cancer.
I would prefer to call it augmented intelligence, where it helps the human. It has learned from this data bank of millions of images to analyze an image and read it almost the same way as a human would.
Dr. Gerald Lip, the clinical director of breast screening in the northeast of Scotland, has been working with the tech called Mia, which can look through thousands of mammograms to find signs of tumours at record speeds.
And that AI read all 80,000 sets of mammograms, 240,000 images in under a weekend. At the moment, it's up to 2 weeks before a lady can wait for results. We project that with this data, you could turn around something like this in 3 days' time.
Gerald told us this technique is all about using AI alongside radiologists, getting results quicker and making life easier for medical experts like him.
Having an AI alongside me will be augmenting myself and preventing me from burning out, because it's going to do an automatic read and then I'll do the next read. We'll get the results back sooner to the ladies. We'll pick up and detect these cancers a lot sooner as well.
Twitter has dissolved its Trust and Safety Council. The advisory group, made up of independent civil and human rights groups and other organisations, was designed to address serious safety issues on the platform, including hate speech, child exploitation, suicide and self-harm. Screenshots of the email sent to council members were shared online and say the company's work to make Twitter a safe, informative place will be moving faster and more aggressively than ever before. Just after buying Twitter, Elon Musk said he planned to create a new content moderation council for the platform, but later changed his mind. An investigation by the consumer watchdog Which has found 10 out of the 12 cheap Christmas lights bought from sellers on websites including Amazon, eBay, Wish and AliExpress failed basic electrical safety standards.
In some cases, a lot of the cases, in fact, they just weren't the right fuses in these things. A lot of them were relying on terrible, cheap travel adapters, which didn't have the proper fuses in them. And then there's one that's just got awful soldering inside.
Consumer expert Harry Kind was one of those testing the lights and told us most of them were really badly put together.
I've got a set here from Wish. The build quality on it is absolutely awful. So there's a little plastic cover which is meant to be protecting live wires, 230 volts of mains electricity, and it just pops right off, with a flick of a finger.
Which says all the sites have now removed the offending products they tested, but Harry told us unsafe electricals being sold online is an ongoing issue.
We see this time and time again with the online marketplaces, whether it's with Christmas lights, whether it's with teeth whiteners or baby products, that they are not up to standards more often than not.
Coming up, the Rick and Morty game where the guns talk back. Why not hit follow and give us a rating during the break? Welcome back. A customised yacht on wheels has broken the land speed record for wind power after reaching over 138 miles an hour on a dried-up salt lake bed. The Team New Zealand sailing crew broke the very quiet record in the Australian outback in the car boat hybrid, beating the previous record, 126 miles an hour, that stood since 2009.
We just did over 220 kilometres an hour, so pretty stoked with that. I thought it was going to be difficult, but yeah, it's super, just a different game.
That's Olympic silver medalist and world yachting champion Glenn Ashby with his backup team as he accelerated over the lake bed. The 14-metre-long wheeled yacht called Horonuku is made from mostly carbon composite materials with an aircraft-style cockpit and an 11-metre-tall rigid sail to create thrust. For the first time, a domestic abuse campaign is going to be featured on dating app Tinder. Police Scotland's Is It Me campaign will target young men aged 18 to 25 and is designed to stop domestic abuse before it starts. It launched today and will be shown on social media, including Tinder, throughout the festive period. It includes a link to a dedicated website for men to click on if they recognise similar behaviours to what they see in the ad. And finally, a game created by the co-creator of Rick and Morty has been released, where the guns themselves talk to you.
Ask around. There's all kinds of aliens out here. Let's just ask.
High on Life appears to be the first-person shooter where the weapons actually have faces and guide you through the levels using some of the character voices from Rick and Morty. But that doesn't appear to be the biggest talking point from the game online. Fans have mostly been discussing the fact they put a whole 90s movie inside the game, which you can watch all the way through. You're up to date. Come back at 4 o'clock for the Leader podcast. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 1. See you then.